The Nuggets are one of the biggest jokes of a franchise ever seen. They lost to the Timberwolves without Ayo Dosunmu, Dante DiVincenzo, and Anthony Edwards. They were playing who was the guy? Jaden McDaniels go for 32, had 24 points. Bones Highland got to play. They only had 11 available players. What a joke. I get you could say Aaron Gordon was injured. You still have Jokic, who some people say is the best player in the NBA. Didn't play like it that entire series. Celtics collapsed. Welcome back to Inside the Arc. I'm your host, Matthew Geller, and the New York Knicks. We're moving on. A 140-89 blowout win over the Atlanta Hawks. And just like that, after going down 2-1, the Knicks would win 3 straight. And the Knicks advanced to the second round for the 4th consecutive year. They're the only team in the entire NBA to do that. And this wasn't just a win. This was domination on a level you don't see often, including one of the most complete halves of basketball you would ever watch. And this team had the biggest lead in playoff history after a first half. On the road as well. This would be a total team effort. And the MVP of this series, we'll get more on him later, OG Anunoby. His shooting efficiency was off the charts. And everyone else did their part in getting this win. From the opening tip, the energy, execution, and intensity were on another level. Tip balls, defense was everywhere. Felt like there were 7 guys on defense when we were on the defensive side. This team didn't just beat Atlanta, they overwhelmed them in every aspect of the game. But now, it gets real. The Knicks will have home court advantage in the second round, and they're set to face one of their biggest rivals in the entire NBA, the Philadelphia 76ers, a series that's going to be physical, emotional, and full of history, and a fan feud series. So today we're breaking down how the Knicks closed out this series in dominating fashion and previewing what should be an intense battle in the next round and how the rest of the playoffs are looking. Let's get to these box scores into this game. I just want to go quickly on one of the most important things about this game, actually. Mitchell Robinson played 9 minutes. He got ejected, so did Dyson Daniels. I mean, Dyson Daniels, what he did was so dirty. When you talk about trying to injure someone, like what he did was so messed up. It was ridiculous. He elbows Robinson and then he tries pulling his shoulder to try injure him. It just wasn't a basketball play. And I get Mitchell Robinson getting mad for that, but the thing that annoyed me about this was Mitchell Robinson just kept going at him and at him and at him. Maybe there was something we didn't see, but it just wasn't worth it, a potential suspension. What are we doing? So that's one thing that was annoying to me. But yeah, Cat would have another triple-double. That would be great to see. I mean, this team would be up 40-15. It was 101-40. How does that happen in a basketball game? I don't know. That was ridiculous what we saw out there. Ridiculous. 29 points. Just the efficiency from 3. He's shooting 50. He shot 50% from 3 in this series. It's just amazing. Cat triple-double, only shot 4 shots, but they were fouling the crap out of him. And then you got Hart, who scored the ball really good for him. You would have 14 points, 5 rebounds. Good game. Bridges, 24 points. Finally, a good game from him. He had, after having a terrible series, maybe that will be the sign for him and make him do better next series and give him a confidence boost for the remaining of the playoffs. Brunson did what he was asked for, didn't need to do much. 17 points, 50% from the floor, 8 assists, solid all around. You got Robinson, I talked about, he played well when he was on at least. Clarkson was amazing this series. When he fell out of the rotation, I want to say it was in March, I believe he just wasn't getting minutes anymore. He worked so hard to get back in this rotation. He got it. He proved that he deserved it. And then he works so hard to prove that he keeps it. Once you get into something, doesn't mean you get to keep it. Once you get starting, I'll compare to football here. Once you get the starting quarterback role, you got to earn it when you're playing as well. You got to keep the job. And he kept his rotation, and he's been amazing. Alvarado was great, was solid. Deuce was bit iffy, but everyone was fine. Everyone was either fine or amazing on that scale, and it was just a great performance. I don't have much to say about Atlanta. Just a rough game. They were up 9-5, and then the Knicks went on a 64-14 run. And that was the game for you. So this team's gonna have to play Philly, and I mean, 2 years ago the Knicks had to play Philly. Knicks would win that series 4-2 in the first round of the playoffs. But these are total two different teams. Sixers didn't have had to play with 76ers Tobias Harris, who is now much better in Detroit. I don't know what he was in Philly like, why he was terrible, but they had that campaign on Philly. Who else they have? They had Kelly Oubre, Kyle Lowry, Maxey, Joel Embiid still. So a bit about they have a few same core guys, but a lot's changed since. And while for the Knicks, you still got Brunson, Hart. Who else? Robinson was on the team, even though Robinson got injured on that series. We'll get more on that later about Embiid. But it was a hard fought 4-2 series. But a lot's changed since. Think about Philly. They got some scores. They got VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Maxey Embiid. All four of those guys can go for 30 on any given night. It's just like, it's going to be tough. As the thing that worries me about Maxey, like compared to Boston, the Knicks have Bridges and Brown to guard like the Bridges and Anunoby to guard wing players. The Knicks aren't good at guarding fast players. Never have been. Because who are you going to put on them? The Knicks aren't relatively that fast. They only have like mid-20s in pace. Like, I mean, I think what you might have to do is start Deuce McBride and put him on Maxey. Deuce is the fastest player on this team, and it's not really close. Maybe Alvarado, but Alvarado's not tall enough. Like, I feel like you got to go to Deuce. That's just, you got to try that. But I don't know who in the starting lineup you can put on him. Bridges. Anunoby's no way fast enough. You're going to go to Bridges. Hart did well in game 6 against the Sixers, if I'm not mistaken. But who on the Sixers can guard Brunson? If I remember correctly, Brunson had 4 40-point games in a row against them in the playoffs. And their defense hasn't gotten much better. Embiid became a worse defender. He's basically has half a body. He's basically playing at 50%, but Embiid at 50% still an amazing player. I mean, yeah. This series is going to be a very physical one. I mean, when you talk about Philly, they came back down 3-1 versus Boston. They were gritty. They were down 13 in game 5. Boston choked that series. They choked it. I don't want to hear Tatum didn't play in game 7 and Embiid missed 4 games. So I don't want to hear that narrative. It's stupid. Stupid narrative. I don't know why Sohan's questionable. Doesn't really matter to me. Yeah. I mean, when you talk about Embiid and all his shenanigans, it's gonna rile up this Knicks side. Don't be surprised in game 1 if you hear the FMB chant. If you guys remember correctly, Embiid literally was on the floor and brought Robinson down with him and hit his legs, like bringing his legs down. Like, he's just such a dirty player. It's like mind-boggling to me. Like, all his shenanigans, it's gonna be physical and emotional this series. It's gonna be very taxing on the fans. I mean, all my series prediction is the Hawks. I called that we win 6 games. I knew we'd fall down 2-1. So that was cool. But I don't know what to predict here. I mean, in the season series versus Sixers, the Knicks would split the road team win every game. I love playing in Philly. I'm not worried about that. The Knicks fans are going to pack that building, even if they try to get it to only Sixers. There will be Knicks fans. Don't you worry. There will be Knicks fans. Ridiculous. But it's just going to be, I'm saying like over under 2.5 fights. Allen and Embiid hate each other. 2019, they got in a massive brawl. Genuinely. So, I think the Knicks are going to win this series 6 games again. I think the boys win in 6. I think we get a split at MSG. Then we take 2 in Philly. It's going to be, if you guys remember, it's going to be like the Detroit series. Knicks win game 1, Philly game 2, Knicks, Philly, Knicks. That's my prediction, but it's going to be tough. Game 1 tomorrow on NBC, so we'll have to listen to Reggie Miller. So, that sucks, but game 1, Knicks. The rematch from 2 years ago. Okay, let's get to these NBA playoffs, and then we'll call it a pod. Lakers advance over the Thunder. Well, let me just get one thing straight. I didn't film this because I wanted to be able to preview the who we're playing next. I would have been able to, but I just wanted to make it one big video. So yeah, Lakers will play the Thunder. Luka's not going to be back till late in the series. That series is going to be over quickly due to that. The Nuggets are one of the biggest jokes of a franchise ever seen. Besides that 1 year they won a championship, they haven't done anything since. I mean, what a joke. They lost to the Timberwolves without Ayo Dosunmu, Dante DiVincenzo, and Anthony Edwards. They were playing who was the guy? I forgot his name. They let Jaden McDaniels go for 32. Terrence Shannon Jr. had 24 points. Bones Highland got to play. They only had 11 available players. What a joke. I mean, I get you could say Aaron Gordon was injured. You still have Jokic, who some people say is the best player in the NBA. Didn't play like it that entire series. Celtics collapsed. What a joke. Live by the three, die by the three, huh? In that game 7 versus Philly, the way they shot the three-pointer, 27% from 3. Live by the 3, die by the 3. Joe Mazzulla, most overrated coach in the association. Then you got Raptors, Cavs, game 7 as I'm filming this. It starts in like an hour. If the Cavs lose that game, I genuinely think James Harden is the most overrated player in basketball history. If they lose that game. Raptors are playing with house money. Magic collapsed when, let me get to this Magic team. They had a stretch in that game 6 where they went 0-27. 0 of 27. They didn't score a field goal for 14 minutes. They were up by 24 in the second half. They scored 19 points in a half. That was one of the worst shooting displays I've ever seen. The Magic should be embarrassed. That was a joke, what was shown on television. I'm sorry if you had to watch that. That was disgraceful. 19 points? But yeah, as the Knicks would get a 140-89 win, demolishing the Atlanta Hawks in one of the biggest blowouts in playoff history, and moving on to face the Philadelphia 76ers in a rematch of 2 years ago. This Knicks team looks to go to the Eastern Conference Finals for back-to-back years. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Inside the Arc. Once again, I am Matt.